Now that we have a list of what we want to do and what we're trying to accomplish, we are putting everybody on task, and we're going to work at these things one at a time, and we're going to check them off the list. And when you're doing this, like, no detail is too small. If you think it, write it down, because that's the one thing you might forget at the end of your project, and it's the one thing that can cause you the biggest problem.
Jesus, you're hard. So, what is Dane and Andrea doing right this present second?
So Dane and Andrea right now are taking care of things that we need to do for the swap, which is getting the water pump buttoned up, making sure the seals and stuff are in there, getting the belt on, getting the alternator on, getting everything buttoned up in the front of the engine. And so what I always like to do is start on the hard parts, which is mechanical things that go in place. So right now we're taking care of all our hard parts, and then we're going to move on to wiring. And
hard parts means engine parts, water pump, intake, that sort of stuff?
Anything that you essentially put in your hands and bolt on something. So a harness is installed, a water pump is bolted on.
Okay.
So it's a hard part.
If you did not know that, now you know. The hard parts are going on. And Andrea is getting dirty and doesn't mind it a bit. She's smiling and everything. Okay. Awesome. I'm not used to this, but anyways. How's she making out, Dane? Is she doing like,
yeah,
is she telling you what to do?
No, we're working together.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's all good.
So my job is to go over to the other place and try to get the starter. Dane give me the starter and try to get the nuts off it and get it cleaned up and get the cables off it. That's my job. You guys are putting hard parts on.
Yep. I got Colton, he's going to pull the manifold studs out for us.
Okay, so he's got the welder gun and you're probably going to...
I'm going to help him with that.
So I'm going to run over there and do my thing because I want to use the grinder to take off the starter. I got to get some bolts to get off, try to get them off. And you guys will probably be getting film, so I'm going to let this mic go, probably to Colton. Probably. The reason, because you probably be working with Colton. No,
yes, sir.
Behind. And then you can, Jolene can film. Jolene's going to film whoever she wants to film, and that's the way it is.
Cool.
If you swear, you get the day off.
He told me that already. He's like, if you swear, you get the day off. I'm like, okay, well, I won't do that. Are you ready to start doing this?
Yeah, man.
All right, we'll get your welder over here and let's get set up, and we'll try and work around these guys.
Before we get started, what is your company?
Atlantic Mobile Tuning.
And the reason I'm asking this is because so everybody can know, because he's throwing out a helping hand to me, and if I can't throw the helping hand back, then there's no friendship.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So every time you think you want to mention that, what your company is or where to go to, feel free to mention your company.
Oh, cool. Dane, you also, eh?
Yeah.
How much longer you guys think you got there?
I'm just helping her take the rad out, and then I'm going to get out of the way so Colton can weld. She's going to do the water pump.
Can you hop to the other side when she gets out of the way, and I'll do that training cooler and stuff?
Yeah. Take the rad right out for a minute so we can get the water pump because we're having problems.
Oh, really? Really? Huh. I think I think somebody said that, eh? Well, hey, while you pull that out of there, just give it to me and I'll install the cooler. Because I gotta wait a bit for you guys to get out of the way a little. Chad, I do need some information from you. Where are you thinking that you want your accessory panel, just so I can have a general idea where to bring the wires and stuff? This is just going to be like on-off start. We'll install a key.
Should it be right beside where my steering? See that T right there beneath the dash?
Yeah.
That's where that pump bolts up.
Gotcha. So that's center of your wheel. Do you want it on left side or right side? I'm not going to bolt it on there yet. I'm just going to get all the wires up to where we need it, and then while you're up there, you're going to do this. Because it's your... that's why I said I think you should throw a milk crate in there and actually just have a seat and see what feels good.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, where did I see those? I saw them here somewhere, yeah. They were facing up, sitting on something.
We had pizza for dinner.
I swear, they're sitting on something facing up with the handles. Well, like I said, I'm just gonna run it up there, and while you're in there, you can just kind of. You're the driver.
Here.
That's a good spot to do this.
Yeah. Tell him where you want the off and on switch. Get in and sit down. What do you mean where I want the off and on switch? He's going to show you. Get in and sit down. Yeah. You know where the steering wheel is, don't you? That little T thing comes in. Or maybe I should come over back. What do you mean? Tell him where I want it? Alright. I mean, you're driving it. I can't get in my freaking in my work done. I suppose. Holding you up, aren't we?
What's up and what's down? Hey Dane,
Yeah.
you know what we need, eh?
I have a nervous pee and I'll be right back.
Hey, that's a GM rad, so we're gonna need an overflow bottle off something. Otherwise, there's no fill. Do you have one? Would your buddy have one? Because we're definitely gonna have to.
A throttle allowed. It must be.
You can have hand controls.
Yeah. So I don't have to have that gas pedal up in there. I can hand control that, can I not?
Because it's hard to get in.
Necessarily, yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I know Elvin.
I know that they have hand controlled vehicles. Like I've tuned a hand controlled vehicle before that had a performance built motor.
I just feel like the way this is mounted, the way this is, and all that sort of stuff, it just kind of gives a hand control. Doesn't it?
I mean, I don't think it's out of the question. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Something different. Yeah. It'd be more like a boat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We gotta get you out in it. Throw in some 300-foot roost.
Oh, just top down a bit? Yeah, I can do it.
Jesse, show me about.
What do you want to see about it?
Just walk around. How it is.
So I've always wanted a big block jet boat, and I was working for a customer about a month ago, and I actually came across this in their garage, and they probably hadn't used it, I'm going to say, in a few years, and I kind of rectified it and saved it a bit. So it's 468 big block. It's a 1978 Cougar, which is it's kind of a rare boat to be out on the East Coast because they were made only in BC. There's probably not a lot of them left. And it just is a real cool piece. Something I really enjoy to do. And it throws a 300-foot roost, and it really gets a lot of attention. So anybody wants a ride, stop by. Yeah, it's got a tank under the seat there.
I thought this was awesome. Like the seating is wicked.
Oh, it really is a comfortable boat to ride in. See, but there is actually Cougar models that were that flake.
I think their hammers are all down on the...
So a lot of the vintage jet boats like this were a flake, like the old school paint. I mean, we could. I'm gonna say it's around 550 or so.
Just grab your hammer pull.
Yeah, also at 300, maybe like 50 or 60 feet high.
No.
It's quite the spectacle. They call that a hot foot.
And there's the throttle.
No, so that's the throttle is the gas pedal, and then the reverse is so that it actually does have reverse like a Sea-Doo, right?
Yeah, be careful of that.
Yeah, I gotta get back to
You
work
got a
too.
15 millimeter in there
Yeah.
somewhere? We can use it for the water pump next year?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, that's fast cab.
Yeah, well, I'd like to get it in the Bay of Fundy just cause. Just so I could say I did it.
I'm thinking that I'd like to have that. I'd like to have it on this side of it.
So just as long as you can give me a generalized area, because I have to run a bunch of wires up there and stuff. So if that's where you want it, that's good. That gives me a spot.
Kingsport Beach. I'm not sure what the hand throttle. Kingsport Beach. I am just going to master it like that. Actually, if you go down here again, go that fast.
Well, that's why. So I did that on purpose so that you could kind of do whatever you need to do up here. And these extension wires too, like these are things that you can buy in 15, 20 feet, 5 feet. So we bought that as a part that we were going to use for this setup because we knew it was going to win.
Okay, so you can buy smaller, shorter.
Yeah, so all that stuff is, I think we got that from PSI, but it's just an extension harness for the gas pedal. So like you could have it on the other side of the shop if you wanted.
So where this engine is in the middle, mid-engine vehicle, we're going to use throttle by, what's it called? Wire?
Drive-by-wire.
Drive-by-wire. Yeah. We're going to use drive-by-wire, and it just makes sense to try to make a throttle cable. I just made a throttle cable for Jolene's Bugatti. I'm not interested in trying to link something all the way back or go get cable all the way back on this one.
That's the biggest problem. So when you go with a cable throttle body, they can get really stiff, and it really does give a weird feel. I prefer the drive-by-wire just because the tunability is better, the performance is better. It really is all around easier for swaps. And I personally think
Can you make that gas pedal react better with a computer?
Yeah. So anything is tunable too, right? With the computer, because that's what we're doing with Atlantic Mobile Tuning, is adjusting those things. So once we get this thing running, or to the point where we can, we're going to pull the computer out and we're going to show you guys how we do that and what we do too.
So your real business is not doing the swap. Your real business is tuning these things.
My real business is mostly done on the computer. So my typical days are spent in my office in the country, working with people in the States and all over the world, just tuning. And these are our projects.
That's amazing.
It's something that I really love to do.
Yeah.
So this is not things that I typically
So if you got something that works like poop, they should just reach out to you.
Exactly. We tune carburetors. We tune everything. So it's not just LS or anything like that. It's any project.
Cool. I gotta get back to work.
Yeah, me too.
He's a great delegator.
Okay. Are you guys out of the way yet?
Well, we're putting the accessory driver on. The belt and the pulleys, like wherever you put the belt on. I just gotta get this tight and seated in there.
I'll get that.
Sorry. Dane, you brought a bunch of wire and stuff too, right?
Yep. There's tons there. Bins there, yeah.
Because we need a starter activator.
Packing and forth.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey Colton, you want to do something while you're waiting?
Maybe can you pry and head it up?
So, have you ever used one of these? No. Okay, so these transmission coolers you usually buy in a kit, and they're meant to be, you can mount them anywhere. You can mount them to a bracket, you can bolt them to steel, you can do anything. Because you guys have a mechanical fan and we know it's going to be moving lots of air, we're going to mount ours on the rad. And it really helps that they send this with the kit. So these literally are going to push through here. Anywhere. So we're going to pick a spot we want on the rad. But it's very important to remember when you use these that you put this piece of foam on the backside of where you're installing it. So this piece is actually going to go on this side. And when you put this clamp on there, this is going to keep this from wearing through there.
Do we need one on this side and the other side?
No, because this side of the clamp is meant to seat in the fins and hold it tight. So we're not clamping it on the rad there, we're clamping it on the fins, but this side can rub on these, and these are the actual cooling fins that the coolant passes through on a rad. So this is meant to protect this part from rubbing on those. Yeah. They're very, very temperamental. Like, it only takes a small little dent to poke a hole in one of these, and it's over. And this is a $400 or $500 piece if you bought it brand new. So when you're doing this, just make sure you take your time. careful, slow and steady, and if you have any questions, just ask.
Okay.
And pick a spot.
Do I use all of them?
Yeah.
I just go
So you're gonna do all 4 corners,
Okay.
and then you're gonna go to the other side and put your piece of foam on, and then lock this in on the other side.
These just push up, right?
You got it. So that's gonna go on like this.
These push up in that way?
Yep. And you'll actually see when you go to push it on, you'll physically feel it.
This comes off too. It's all
Like a zip tie. Yeah, it's just 2-way.
Come in. Got it.
Cool. Thank you.
Nice.
For navigating problems together.
Yeah, you guys are doing great. He's installing the cooler right now, so I'll have that back to you in a sec here.
Master Chief, pick your chief there. Alright. I don't know if it's great, but we'll try it. If not, we have a few other ones to try, so.
They're pretty much all the same if it has a DR44. The only difference in belts is the alternator.
First time doing this, but you know, practice, I suppose.
Hey, the only difference in belts is the alternator.
So it goes around like this, like that.
Not going too bad yet, I guess.
So we need to start.
Gotta come back over it.
Hey Colton, hurry up.
I don't know about that one.
Hey Colton. Colton, but don't break anything.
Try not to.
Okay. Okay.
This is like the simplest LS thing, day one stuff I'm having there.
Stealing for it? Penetrating for it? Oh, it's in.
This is what you already tried.
Andrea, can you pass me that can behind you?
Yep.
Okay, so put over the thing first. Maybe it's wrong, but that might be an old belt I gave him that I had from an entire student. Over. Yeah, Jesse.
Yes.
A couple new belts over there in boxes. I think this is my old non-power screen belt.
I'm over in your gear here.
It's in a box though, like still a little AC Delco thing.
Don't make me get out, he says.
Yeah, it should be one of those boxes in the white.
Oh, here's one, yeah.
Thank you.
Why'd you get out?
Too late now.
I was coming.
Too slow.
Don't make me get out. He hops out. So what are you guys doing there anyways?
Putting the belt on.
Why did you have to use a different one? What was the
Because the one I
difference?
gave him, I think, was off my old setup that I had with no power steering. I have a shorter belt. I think that's
Well, that is something good to point out is that for LS swaps, there is a lot of different accessory drives. So depending on which one you choose or which one you get it from, you always want to make sure that you're keeping all the same parts together. Car accessory drive is different than a truck one. A truck with a DR44 alternator has a longer belt because the alternator is bigger. So always pay attention to your swap parts. Can you just run that back there? That's going to be my starter wire. I just need it to be generically wherever. We'll loom it up.
over to Andrew's side of that.
That's going to go over with the harness, but just make sure it has enough lead.
I'll give you a little extra.
We'll put it in the loom after there. Perfect.
Okay. I'm gonna bring
So we're doing it.
straight down.
Let's try the long one again. Or try this one?
Snips. Don't got any?
There's wire tools all in the boxes over there with the wire stuff. Should be.
How you making out, Colton? Nice. That's how she goes. It never works out perfect. No, a lot of times you'll go to poke it through and it came through on an angle, so you thought it wasn't straight. Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Do you want the access put off?
Yeah, just make sure you give it a good pull before you do. So that last click is going to snug it against there. It's going to keep it from vibrating, and that's what's going to keep it from damaging it. And then you can cut them off. Just make sure they're snug. Oh, I came over here for snips.
Up over that way, but over the fan. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so that's going to be our starter wire.
Usually I do the water pump.
Is that harness in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to come over there and rub some stuff
I
out.
took
Can
starter
you
off.
can you get any thread back on there?
I didn't take it any off. I just touched it there. Should be good.
Yeah, but is that going to go back on though?
I need another nut.
Yeah,
is what
good
I'm
luck.
saying. Oh, I see what you're saying.
No, well, this is a common problem with LS starters. So in the later years, they swapped to a spade style connection that didn't have that on there because they corrode, and this is what always happens.
So,
And there's no real way to repair this now unless you replace this.
so
It's one of those things that just sucks. and GM knew it was a problem. They changed it.
should I try to find a nut to put on that?
You can, but you got to think too. You have to have enough room to get a spade connector behind there, plus some thread if you think you can. That's a weird.
Is that supposed to come off?
No. So this is a connector that goes over into there to inside.
I'm gonna go play for a second.
Okay. No, I mean give it a try for sure. And then I gotta get battery cables off of you. Yeah, that's what I'm coming over here to get right now. We'll see what we can use out of here to keep some costs down. I mean, you can.
My kind of language.
Well, you can rework these harnesses. You know.
Let's be honest. What does an LS, like just a swap, cost?
Who's doing the swap?
Okay.
So are we?
What am I gonna say? How do I put that? If someone had the engine put in and had all the stuff geared up where it needed to be.
Like at a shop?
No, someone at their own home, like me.
Oh,
I put the engine in, I put everything on that I think I need.
I have seen people do LS swaps for $300. So if you're a person who's handy and you can do your research and you can go on lt1swap.com and you can look up the wiring harness info for this, it will show you everything you need to know to make it work. And if you're a person who can put some time into it and a little elbow grease, you can do a swap for almost $0. I mean, a scrap truck will get you every part you need to put an LS in any hot rod. Right down to the gas tank, the ECU, the harness. I've seen people, take the stock truck gas tank and mount it in a vehicle just so they paid nothing.
That's where people are talking where it's cheap. When you're taking something, you're using every
if
piece.
you're buying a harness, boom, there goes $600. If you're buying an ECU, boom, there goes $300. If you need it tuned, there goes another $500. It's like you can blow your brains out. Or if you're someone who's handy and you go buy a scrap truck that runs and drives, all you need is the parts on that to put in there, and you're done.
I opted out for the wiring harness, and the reason for that being I just feel like it's just nice to have a nice clean wiring harness on a new build. We didn't spend, the only thing we spent on that was sheet metal and steel and ton. A new harness, I think it's worth it. I'm going to try to find that.
No, and I will say too about that is you do have to remember when you're using one of these that it is a 25-year-old wiring harness, and you want to find one that's in half decent shape, because if it's not, like you'll see, like things become brittle. Like these wires are actually very hard. From the factory, they were very malleable and soft. So over time, they do corrode, and the resistance inside it does make them stiff, and they begin to become brittle.
Gotcha.
Run, Forrest, run! Okay. Couple of free battery cables, nice. Now the question is, are they going to reach? Probably not.
Oh, you're trying to see if you can reuse that.
Well, it would be nice.
Chad.
It would be nice to be able to use this, but I don't know if it's going to make it over here. I just want to try and see.
We're dealing with a seized tensioner here because all the body dust and everything's got in the tensioner and seized it up just from the sanding and the grinding. So she's trying to free that up.
Did you get some penetrant in it?
No, if you guys have some.
Oh, do you want me to go grab it?
Sure, yeah.
Colton, do you want to?
He's on the belt.
I'll get this.
Oh, I got it.
You got it free?
But it's like sticking, right? So I'm gonna have to work it.
Work it.
You can actually just get enough that I
Break it down.
That's my girl.
Okay, yeah, you're good. So can you just get it kind of tightened?
You want to put some fluid on it before you tighten it back up, maybe?
Yeah, go grab it some if you got
Dane,
some.
can you hold this in a generalized area over to that starter, but slide it underneath so I can see if this is going to actually
Under the trains?
just give it a general, you know, if you can.
Somewhere around there. Ballpark.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go up here with the battery. Make it simpler.
Yeah, we can put the battery wherever.
Well, he said he wanted it back here, but I think it's going to be more centralized there.
Okay.
Which is going to keep all our lead shorter, and that's going to allow us to use all this.
I do have the stuff to make some leads if we have to too, like some ring terminals and crimps.
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, nothing's better than a factory part, and when you,
Clean it up, right?
yeah, when you can reuse a factory part or anything, I mean, it's something that's going to save you a lot of money.
We can clean it up.
This battery cable to buy would probably cost you $200. So, you know, anything you can reuse is definitely within your favor, and it's going to keep your costs down. This is also very hot in here.
Day off tomorrow.
Yes, we're all drenched.
It's very hot in here.
Oh, good.
That's why you got the rags where you just go.
So I just got to make sure with Chad that it's okay that we move that up there. Or that'll centralize that. Chad, how do you feel about moving the battery up to here instead of here? Just putting it right here.
Can we put it there?
Yeah, we could.
Let's move it in there.
No springs.
Put it there. I'll do it.
You want it inside? Okay. Well, so what I'm trying to do here is reuse this.
Yes.
So I'm trying to keep it kind of close enough that we can, because
Okay.
this is
Wherever.
a couple $100.
Yes, use it, please. I mean, it makes sense to. What's the side starters on that side?
Yeah. So this
Start on the other side.
this might work actually. I might be able to make that work if that's going in there. So
And if it doesn't, we'll do the other side.
cool.
Say new belt.
That works for me.
Because I can.
Yeah,
once
but
you put
belt
the battery
tensioner
in,
on
I can
there.
drill holes in the bottom.
One main on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
To hold my battery down.
Yeah.
And I might even have a battery home.
We can get spring tension.
There's a few things that we wanted to get ordered, is there not?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that we all should take a moment and figure out what we need for our tasks, and let's get a parts list and order it, because we're gonna need it on the way.
Yeah.
So let's all take a minute and do that.
I'm having a spelling lesson right now.
Spell tensioner, please. Where'd the pen go? The marker. You marker thief.
You want to keep it on me all the time. That way there when Dad says, "Get marker?" Yes, sure do.
Okay, where are you guys at?
Belt drive is on. We need new tensioner. Colton just wrote that on there.
Okay, got that check.
Well, new tensioner, would that be something I get today or something I have to?
Probably.
You can get it from the parts store or a used one if we have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where else are you at? Are you guys needing anything?
We're gonna hook the rad hoses up here probably pretty soon, right?
Yep.
Alternator's good to go.
And you're gonna be using factory rad hoses?
We're gonna use a factory one on the top. The bottom one, Chad had one off a hot rod we think is gonna work. Right, Andrew, you check that?
Yeah, we're just gonna
Perfect.
modify it a bit.
Okay, what about your transmission cooler? Where are you at with that?
Those fittings, we need to see if those are gonna fit in there. And they seem like they were tight, so we may need different ones. We'll see.
I'm gonna add that to our list.
And this right here is where I get Jolene to get on the phone and I get her to order the stuff. That's generally what we do. That's generally what we do when I need something. Jolene gets on the phone and orders it, and that's basically what we'll do right now. But we'll just make the list, and I'm just telling the people at home that are watching, Jolene will make the list and order it, and it will come, and then we'll deal with it.
Yeah, so obviously there's things to note about when you're ordering parts, like, you know, a high pressure fuel line, for instance. You have to use it on this setup. It's good for 100 PSI. If you use a 60 PSI fuel line, it will explode on you one day and you will have a fire. So you need to make sure that when you're ordering parts for your project, that you're ordering the parts that are for your project.
So I need high pressure hose, do I not?
Well, that's going to be on the list here because we're going to use it for the transmission line also because we have to run two
So
there.
we'll just get some extra 5/16 and 3/8
Yeah.
So just get a roll?
Yeah.
of each, yeah.
A roll of each.
Well, if it's not, yeah.
Okay.
You know, we don't need too much.
And I'll make you a detailed list of everything that we're. So we got that. What else are we going to need there? You got the cooler mounted?
Fluids right now?
Coolant?
We need coolant,
I
we need
already-
an oil filter.
Okay, got that on
Power
there.
steering fluid?
We need coolant.
Is that power steering going to be able to be hooked up?
Well, Chad has a new box. Did you show Jesse that new power
I
steering
did,
box?
yes.
Yeah.
What?
It was right there. Where'd it go?
Oh, for the
That thing
steering.
I was all happy about. That we got the steering box for it. We couldn't hook the steering, we couldn't do anything.
This we obviously are going to have to do lines from there to this.
I've got it.
You already have them. Do you have them from the actual power steering pump?
If you do it when it's hot, that,
Yes.
Like from where the pump goes?
They're hooked onto the pump right now, I think. If I remember right. Where
There is a line coming out the back.
is there? Well, I'm not sure if it's hooked up to the pump or not.
I'm going to say that it's not because it doesn't look like anything.
I've got the line, I got two lines made.
And those lines go from your
From this.
to that. And then you're still going to need lines that go from this to there probably.
Ah, yes, right, exactly.
So
Yeah.
this pump should work for that.
Yeah.
So all we're going to have to do is just pull that line out, and I forget it's a metric. A metric.
Will we
doodad.
run rubber lines or steel lines?
No, you have to run a braided compressed hose for this because of the pressure you're dealing with.
So I'm going to run.
You can actually see in a power steering setup if it's sitting still on asphalt almost 1,000 psi sometimes. So
Oh, you can hurt yourself with this.
yeah, the pressure side should always be like an actual hydraulic hose with a crimped end and no butt.
Well, I know
connector,
on one
you know.
part of on the power steering pump, you always had
The return line.
a return line. Okay.
So there's no pressure on that side because it's just a return. I'm not exactly sure about this one because this is a two-way pressure valve.
Okay.
So it actually, because you're moving a hydraulic system, so I would have to research about this a bit to see if. Otherwise, you might actually have to install an external pump that is a hydraulic pump to make this work because it has to be two-way pressure. So that's something that me and you'll have to go over together, and we'll figure that out.
Okay. So I've got two lines from the cylinder going to the pump. I have not got two lines going to the.
Yeah. So we don't have any power to it yet.
No.
technically. So that's all we'll figure that out. But
Okay.
I have to look up and see if that pump will be enough pressure to operate that. So we'll do a little bit of research on that, and that'll tell us a bit more.
Good.
Where are you at?
we're just on the accessories.
It's all good there. It's not content here, but we got it at least tightened.
We need manifold bolts. I'm looking at that.
Do we have manifold bolts in that cup? In that cup? Remember for the cup for the transmission?
Transmission dipstick and transmission.
I
I thought there was a dipstick in there.
I bring the dipstick
I
over.
think I pulled it out.
Okay.
Because when we went to pull the cover off here today, it was getting hung up on the dipstick. So I feel like I took it out and it's in here somewhere.
Work, but they're not the best. So
I saw.
and there's only one.
One that's right threaded.
Do we have an oil dipstick?
We do. I bring it over.
I think you took it off.
I put it somewhere.
That was the transmission.
Oh, was it the transmission? Was it?
I think I saw an oil dipstick too.
I bring it over. I thought.
Yeah, we have oil dipstick. We're just in the tranny dipstick.
No, there was one in there this morning. I swear. I had to move it to.
It's on the floor. And it's the other side.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, so we got that. We got that. What do you need for fuel system?
Just those some more hose.
So we got our high pressure line, which we got on
We
here.
already have that there.
I'm going to run to the Maple Leaf and I'm going to try to get a nut for that starter. I'm going to try to save that starter.
You know what? If you can, I want you to. I want you to.
I'm going to save the starter.
Save the starter.
Save the starters.
Ah.
I put it on the list just in case you can't, though.
Save the starter.
All right, where are you at?
I'm waiting to get in unless I want to do something else.
Was there anything you think you need?
I think we need coolant to get that. I only found water.
All right.
Engine
Cool.
oil.
Then you want to do
I
the
got oil and
manifolds,
filter.
we'll get out of here, and then we'll come in back after with the
Yeah,
pipe.
I would say maybe we should put a new set of spark plugs in this thing probably too. Because those are
Is the
looking-
brakes and everything ran on this? I don't know. I've never worked on this before, so.
That's a good question.
Did they do the brakes
I
on
see
it?
brake lines.
Brake fluid if you
I
have
see
brakes.
copper nickel brake lines. So
Oops,
here's
sorry.
here's an interesting fact for you. Have you ever done a brake job on a Volvo? Brake lines on a
No.
Volvo? That's because they use copper nickel from the factory.
Right? They don't rust out.
Never ever will you do a brake line on a Volvo ever.
Look at that, eh?
Impossible. Okay, so, and we do need to figure out this drive shaft situation, I think, too.
Chad's gonna take care of that, but we need a U-joint, so just put a
Well,
U-joint on the list.
but that's something that we are probably going to want to order while we do this, because this whole list, some of the stuff they might not have.
Right.
So we might be waiting till tomorrow or whatever, right? I just want to know what we're going to have and what we're going to get, so then we can devise our plan after.
Got
If I
the.
crawl under there and get the caps, the end caps out, we can use those as a reference for the size. And
Yes.
build, and then we can have this for the reference for.
Literally, all you have to do, if you look up a U-joint chart, and it'll show you the dimensions of all like the 1310,
So you can
1320.
just measure it.
Yeah, and you can just measure it, and it'll tell you
Should we get
exactly what it is.
transmission fluid too? I don't know if it should be.
How about intake manifold gaskets?
We have them.
They're-
You got them?
No.
Yeah. We got that.
Okay, so do you want me out of here so you guys can continue manifolds, and I'll go back to the rad hoses after?
Yeah, I just want to get these two studs out of there so then I can
Alright.
start putting some stuff on myself too here. And then you guys can get that rad back in. Cool.
I guess we're all connected everywhere. I can just ground out here, can I?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's all metal, baby.
I love it.
Do you want to put this back in Jesse's girl, or do you got to wait?
Yeah.
Do you want to just hop on?
Not just as girl.
I'm Jesse.
You're not gonna call it that.
Yeah, look at that.
That just sounds so cool, though. Yeah, and if you can do it from the other side, just so he can do that, and then
Yeah.
this is already got the cooler on it and everything.
Where were the?
Oh, I got to get those little rubbers for you too. Hold on.
Hey, do you know where those self-tappers went?
I think he's gone
It
right
might
now.
be easier to get under and do that.
Okay, put that on your side, and we'll just drop this down in there.
This has to go this side, so it has to go in first. Until you go like this drop my rubber.
No,
Hey Colton,
Yeah.
can you pass me that round rubber?
Round rubber. Two of them down there?
Actually, two, yeah.
There's three.
Wow. Things you're looking at.
Oh, this.
Andrea, can you stop dropping? Colton, she just dropped another one over there.
See it? Why am I right?
Oh, I.
Hey, as quick as they come, they go back down.
So you're putting two on each side?
Yes. Okay.
Or is one supposed to go on the top?
Butterfingers, hold on to them. Is there a bar on the top? No.
Yeah, there is. There's a fabricated.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that it's 1 and 1 then.
Okay. So I need some angles here.
Okay, you got.
There we go.
There you
Okay.
go. Here's another lever.
I got one.
Hey, Colton, you ready to do your thing?
Yeah. If you want to actually hand me, can you hand me the wand and my helmet from underneath? I think I'll do a.
Underneath? Yeah.
I like it here, I think.
And where is your nut so I can get a wrench ready for what you...
Right there, I got them on the vice grip now.
Okay, perfect. Do you have any more of those? Where's your other one?
My other light?
No, your other nut.
My right here on the. Right there. Getting this this helmet in here ain't the easiest, eh?
Dandy? Oh, he's not here, eh? Okay, you're gonna want to get that sucker really hot too.
Oh,
Like as hot as you can. And so when you're welding these, the heat is actually what's gonna loosen the thread.
okay.
It just kind of quenches the bolt and it'll actually make it loose for us. And usually they'll come right out.
Trying to
you
figure
want
out
me
my
to hold this
best
for you?
position here. There we go. This might be easier for me.
Yeah, it's not great, but and just baker.
This Baker.
Get it hot.
Ready?
Get it in there.
Ooh! I got no ground and I got electrocute. And I got a little shock. Yow!
You might need to,
I'll go under with that to you.
you got her?
Yeah. Yeah, where should I go on here?
Just hook around a bell housing bolt or something or something close. And anytime you're welding on an engine, you always want to keep your ground as close to what you're welding as possible. Over there, not a great idea.
No?
So the reason you don't want to do that is because if any electricity passes through the engine, it can actually cause an arc mark in a bearing. So you always just want to, if you are doing it, try to keep your ground as close to where you're welding as possible. You ready, Freddie?
No, it keeps falling off.
Give me this thing.
Yeah, that could have worked, eh?
Yeah.
Acting like dad now.
Simmer down.
There we go.
Here, hold on. I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see the hole, man. All right, now make it hot like Friday night.
All right, brother.
Okay, now just hold on a sec.
Oh. Well, you on there a little bit.
That's okay. Oh, you should have got a wrench for this. Oh, it cooled down already.
We need a wrench for that so we can crank it out really fast. So all you're going to do now is keep welding the end of that and it's going to come right out. But you got to do it while it's hot.
I want to see what kind of
And the vice grips are not, where's your wrenches?
on the wall. I would run. You want me to get out and run?
I don't know, I'll get her.
Okay.
It's all good, bro.
Actually, come here. This might work. No, never mind. I'm lying to you again. What are you looking at?
I just been messing with the joint.
Where's the wrench?
Of course, there's no size fucking wrench that I need.
I don't know. I feel like someone put this
See any other wrenches in there?
when the rod was out, and now it doesn't seem like it's back in.
I put that on there.
Looking for a wrench that fits
Yeah.
this fucking bolt.
Jesse got me to put it on there. Yeah.
Oh, see, there's a bar there. I think we just gotta move it up just a little bit.
Okay. So when I put it in, I was like, yeah. He said anywhere's on there, so I went.
Oh, maybe we got lucky right here.
Nice.
Atta boy. That's what I like to see. Don't go nowheres around here though to jog on, brother. Atta boy.
I'm just saying.
All right. You gonna light that
You
up
know,
again?
here
Aaron?
with some more heat and we're going to crank on
All
it
right.
again. Okay, that's good.
Okay, we need a new nut.
One in my paw. In here.
So it turned a bit the first time. So all you're going to do now is same thing. And when you go to weld this though, make sure you're putting your heat against that, trying to get it on the stud.
Okay.
You have two different size nuts, Colton?
No, I don't
Oh
think.
no, we got the wrong wrench.
Turn there. Oh. Get out of the way.
Look at this wrench.
You grabbed it, bro.
I'm not sure if it's a 14 or it doesn't know what it
15.
defines
15,
as.
16?
It's not sure what it defines as.
Defines his wrench. Grab me a socket maybe. I guess
Actually,
the deep socket.
let's try it.
Deep one.
Do you got the 15 on around there somewhere?
Probably sitting there.
It's okay if you bust them off flush and stuff too. Like right now, it's there's got to be the 15 somewhere here.
15 is around here. Oh,
Do
here.
do 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 do. I like the setup on and off. That makes me so happy.
Watch it, because you might hit yourself in the face.
See, all it needs is a little love touch, and that will come right out for me. See,
That's it.
that's all that needed, buddy.
That Colton hand,
That's
right?
all that needed. Huh?
That's why the ladies love you.
Hey, don't don't say that.
Your lady loves you.
Yeah, that a boy.
So is this gonna take long, or?
It's all about quality over quantity. See, take your time. And if that's what you need to do.
Is it even coming out?
Yep.
All right, just checking. I've turned a few bolts that didn't go anywhere before.
Yeah, it's just working itself around. It's just chilling there.
Somebody crossed that or
You on the back side of that for me and push that out.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
No, so this is a good little trick for people to see too if you're working with an LS motor, because
Wanna grab
9
hold of that?
times out of 10 if you get one, it's going to have one of these, and this
Come
is
to the
literally
top.
how you do it at home by yourself without a
Dad
shop
gives me that
saw.
old time weld
If you
saw.
have
Here,
access
buddy,
to
take
a
that from me.
welder,
He's
even
always
if you
got
have
it in
access
pair.
to
He's
a
got it
blowtorch
like something with this.
and a pair of
Here,
vice
take it from me,
grips,
pal. I'll
you
grab a
can do
hold
this
of
at home by yourself.
Okay, I gotta get another nut though.
Yeah, you're going to have to...
Yeah.
Where'd you get that nut?
It's in the on that red case right here. And it's there's
Ooh, I
very
like
top
this
shelf.
game. I like this game.
Very top shelf. Nope, you're going the wrong way already. Other door. Hard right. That door right there. Yay! Kind of got a little, I don't know, man. Are you running or prancing? Get a little run on him. Keep on there. There you go. Did you take all the stuff off for me?
What?
Look, I cleaned it up for you, and you bring me back a gold one.
I thought you said you were good.
Well better. Yeah.
When in doubt, weld it out.
Got the first one off.
Well done, son.
Thanks, Dad. He's that. He's that often. I do actually know all the time.
What are you looking for?
My wand and where'd I put my wand?
It's right behind you. You just got to follow the cord. Take you right there.
Let's have that socket ready wherever it was.
It's right here. Let's double check we got the right size still. Yep.
Like their eyeballs.
You want to go on or off?
Oh. I like this, man. This is sick. Damn it.
That's okay.
Let's try again, right?
Well, like I said, this is
Grab
all,
that for me.
all the heat that you're putting into it is all you're doing is loosening the bolt.
Smarter than
Smart guy came.
you're smarter, eh? Come to work
Smart
smart
guy
today.
came to work.
Come to work smart today.
That's an Andrew Turner original right there.
Now, what if we get
Came
so
to work.
far that doesn't even
That's okay. Don't you worry.
weld on again?
Unless you can make that steel weld to aluminum, you wouldn't be here.
I suppose.
Here, do you want the vice grips to hold that? Send it.
I can't get my head in here.
Come on. You don't need to see.
That's right.
Turn the lights off. Turn the lights off.
Damn it, I do. I think it's the stuff on the bolt.
Don't refine it. You want constant tension. It's okay.
Grab that, Dad. Tell me saw it. No, don't grab that, Jesus.
You was gonna grab it?
Yes, I did.
But you burnt me with that.
Well, I thought. Here. No problem, brother. He went for it, didn't he? He was gonna,
It convinced me.
he was gonna grab it, wasn't he?
Okay, if I have to move it.
Want to get out?
Maybe I should.
Up to you.
Clean one up.
Hey Chad, I found your glasses. Found your glasses, buddy.
What's about the bifocals on the bottom?
I couldn't even see where I was walking.
Bigger one's probably better, eh?
Hey Dave,
Yes.
you busy?
No, Chad's cleaning that up for me.
Let's try that one.
Help me get this
Here, I
routed to
ground it
training
off
to
for
where
this
it's
one, you
low,
bitch.
and
So
I
I did.
All right, you wanna hold that on there
need-
again?
So I need to raise it up, like this much.
I'll put the love right to it this time.
Give her.
I got that bread.
There you go. Yeah, didn't expect that. So what do you want to do with this kind of grade out? You want to set it over there and you can readjust it inside?
Yeah.
Here, why don't I just put it, oh.
What are you doing with that?
I was going to hand it to her so she can adjust the...
I gotta get out of here first.
What's happening?
The training cooler is too low.
Oh, it hits the bar?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is here is you're not going to be able to take that back off.
What's that?
You're not going to be able to take those back
Yep.
off. Size what?
Is it size 3? Like I use one of them 10?
I don't
You
know.
might be able to turn them off. Sometimes you can. Try it before you wreck them. If you, Andrea, if you take a little screwdriver and put it in between the cracks and turn them, you can
Ain't
usually
moving.
get it back off. Just to move it up a bit.
That ain't moving, man.
No?
Broke again.
Okay, so here, do this. Just start welding on the end of that. Don't use the bowl. Just keep tacking on the end of that. We want to get a bunch of heat in it.
On the bowl.
Just tack. Keep tacking it out, and then we're gonna vice grip it. So right now we're trying to get as much heat as we can in that bolt to let it loosen from that head. We're just not getting enough penetration.
Should look like Squidward.
That's okay.
Jesse, do you see my 13 millimeter socket and impact gun up there?
Yep. I see the socket. 13?
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, buddy.
No, it's all good, man.
You got a better pair of vice grips? I think it
yeah.
actually did move a little there.
10.
They're probably in the sockets up behind you there. Those little red.
These ones,
walkie stuff.
Sadinsky.
No 13 in there. It's out on the trail.
Those are Sadinskis. We need like a good grippy pair, or keep welding. Hey, keep welding.
Yeah. 8.
Why don't you when you grab a socket, put it back.
Okay.
Put it back in the box.
Let's do it.
10 mil. No.
8.
There. 8 goes there. Yeah. Means we'll take the time to
10.
clean up a little while we're waiting. Ooh, don't touch that one. It's hot.
I still don't see it up here.
But
In the front on the engine or something. Is there 13 mil up there?
13 mil wrench.
Probably out in the shop floor somewhere.
You need a third. There's no 13 in here at all.
Going.
What about this one?
That one works. Do you need it deep or does it matter?
Okay, keep welding on that.
Yep.
Just literally like get a good ball up on here, like get some good heat in it so we can get these things on it because these ones aren't very good. Follow the.
I'm looking.
Jesse,
Yes.
you best need an extension. Can this jack come out from underneath the tranny?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be able to.
Jesse, do you want to lower that for me?
It did move. Look at that, eh?
No, I think that's the
That's the welding in, is it?
weld.
Jesse?
Hold on one sec.
There are better vice grips in there.
Yeah, we're gonna need them. It might be better actually to cut that one off. We're not getting any heat in it yet. We'll try though. Sometimes, oh no,
got
some of them come out easy. Some of them are, you got to keep doing this.
I got one.
Over that jack.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, now I need better vice grips. And what else did you said I need to get?
Just better vice grips would be good. We'll get her.
Where is it?
Got me to touch that bolt and then working with the ratchet.
Are you still gonna be able to get the knock sensor or the crank sensor in with the starter in there?
I'm not sure, but if I have to, I'll take it back out. It's okay. Oh, Oh, that's not the right dipstick.
Should be. Actually, let's see that.
There's an ear on the trans that it's hitting. Ear.
I want to say this is for a 4L80. Oh, that's better.
Hey.
That's more better.
But I mean, you're allowed to have some variation, like where it's so short. You don't want to go crazy. Is that the right feel? I don't know, so.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to put that down.
Lower the trans down a bit, you think?
Well, depending. Well, you got to get that in there and see, but it does look like it's.
We can cut the drive shaft. We know we're gonna have to cut it, so we can cut that yoke off to start with, right?
100%.
Make it again?
Oh, it's like I said. This is sometimes these things are easy, like the first one. And sometimes you'll do this for like an hour, and then when you're almost like, man, this is bullshit, it'll come right up.
I guess I can go get the little side grinder there with the.
It might be better, honestly.
Slide grinder at the air, maybe? Or is that moving? Yeah, that's moving, man.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's moving.
Holy fucking look at this go.
You got the day off tomorrow, but you got a bike on.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm sorry.
That's moving, isn't it?
I think it is.
Hey! Strike 1, 2, 3, you're out.
I know, it's hard because, see, you start doing this and then you think it's just us.
I was just thinking, I got one money. How you got her, brother? Got her? Yep. It's moving. Well done. Good thing we got a good welder here. Well, that's funny. He's taking it with vice grips. My welder didn't hit on. I heated her up, okay?
It's a team effort.
I was going to say, I see vice grips on it.
I wouldn't have been able to get the vice grips on if it wasn't for him.
Yeah. I put a Squidward nose on it, Dad.
Okay, carry on.
All right, buddy.
So,
We're getting these off.
who wants to order all the parts?
I think
I think it should be you. You're the most particular.
you probably told me to put you in touch with people that they order from.
Yeah, and
Probably have an account or something set up.
so when we went to install this, we probably should have test fit it to make sure that it cleared. And now we're finding out that we have to move it up the rad a little bit, so we're just reclaiming the clips instead of destroying them, and we'll get it fixed up and get it back in. Nice. And then I would like to get all those parts ordered too, or whatever we think we're gonna need. That's
What?
is it double? Oh, that's for anti-vibe.
I was wondering, like this, when I did this dry shaft, generally, you line the yokes up.
Yeah. Well, you want them to be as straight as possible.
Oh, I mean, this yoke here, if you put this yoke on here, you want lined up with that yoke down there.
Yeah.
On the same, generally, when I make a dry
Same
shaft.
plane, yeah.
This one was catty corner.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah. Hey, you make it out? Nice.
Lost my vice grips down there.
Oh, you want me to get them for you?
If you don't mind. That's all right, buddy. I'm going to slide down here.
That's right.
Jesse wants to put Andrew in touch with the parts store and see who that is.
Thanks, dude.
What about a battery? Do you have a battery for this, or do we got to get one?
I got one that I'll use.
Is it a? It's got to be a side poster. You have a side post one?
No.
Because we're reusing the battery cables.
Side poster?
Well, because
what fits.
yeah, that's what fits.
Oh, you get a side post battery.
Just if we're going to reclaim those battery cables, which is going to save us the cost of the battery already, so we are technically still at zero.
We're talking good stuff. Penetrating fluid. I just want to slide something in.
Oh, it's on the far side there. Son of a gun.
Watch your head.
I ain't scared. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, that's yucky in there, right? Pardon?
You guys still working on that?
He's just threading her out. We're almost done.
Do the parts first.
I know it's a bitch, eh?
Yeah.
It might be easier if you weld the nut on there now.
I think it's almost out anyways. I don't think we're... I guess I could. I guess you're the specialist. What do you think?
Okay, let me just go over the list of ones I don't want.
Starter we don't need
Probably will
because
be easier to weld that on there, won't it?
you might be able to.
Started
Yeah.
on there twice.
Yeah, we don't need that. Trans bolts we don't need. We got that.
Water pump bolt, I'm not ordering.
They won't have that.
So, oil. This is like a 7 or 53.
No, like earlier.
05. 2005, 53. And then, do we know if we have fittings that'll go in the training unit?
We never tried to put them in. Like we just gave a light tap, so we kind of got to get in there and see what's going on.
Just about out.
That other transition that we saw earlier, does that have the fittings hanging out of it?
Colton,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Taking that bolt out. Come on.
You sound like you just cut your finger off or something.
Maybe I did. Some good motor.
It's so good, right? All right. Out of this bad boy. Gotta go get it.
Making the drive shaft. Making the drive shaft right at the present moment. Drive shaft's only going to be that long with both yokes in it. I do not feel like anything I can do would disrupt, would make a shaking atmosphere. I don't think there's anything I can do with that short of a drive shaft, I don't think. It's getting very hot here. I'm not sure if we're all ready to take a little parts break or not, but it's getting warm. I've got that yoke in there.
Damn it.
I'm going to go get the other yoke out of the other end, and then I'll go for it. What happened?
Pinch my fingy. It's almost out.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt that.
Like, I'll try to refrain from all that damage, but that's taking your vice grips and going around hitting. Right? I try to refrain from that, but it doesn't matter there, I don't think. Basically, what we're doing is we're kind of in the mix of needing parts, trying to get the, we'll go back, we'll make sure that we show the drive shaft part, we'll show that part. Colton's just trying to get the, going to tear his teeth out. Colton's just trying to get out the stud on the head. Right now, that was a hard thing to do, from what I understand.
Oh yeah.
Come back, and we will be here. Thanks a lot for following, we really appreciate it. Atlantic Mobile Tuning. That's what's going on.
Come right to your house and tune her up.